Hi, my friend, it's Pat Sloan here, and it's Sewcialites Day. It is our layout day. Yes! I know a lot of people, like me, have just figured out it's a 9-inch square. However you want to do your layout, if you're doing half square triangles, they're 9-inch finished, 9.5. But the layout is finally ready, and my layout is just a little different, and at my website I'll have this layout. On the Fat Quarter Shop one, these would make like a point. You would rotate those, and then on either side of it there would be a solid square, so there's less half square triangles. Mine, all of the free space is using a half square triangle. And what I've done, as I was talking about it the other day, is I decided that it would just be easier to sew in chunks, and I actually converted that to sew into like 3 vertical rows. So this vertical is in 2 parts right now. I've got this lower part and the middle part, and then this is going at the top. I needed the ladder to get it. Let me bring that up so you can see up. You can see up there. There's the top where that's missing, and like over here, this is the top of this section, which is 3 pieces, and then over on the left are also 3 pieces, and right now those are all in individual rows, so I have to start sewing them. But what this does is it gives me less long seams to do. I'm doing a lot of 2 or 3 block seams. If I was doing it horizontal, I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 long horizontal seams. Same as if I did vertical, I would have that many. But what I'm doing is I'm doing these smaller chunks, and then I only have 1 vertical seam, long seam, and 2 the second vertical long seam. So there's just those 2 long seams, which are a little easier to handle. I find sewing in 2 or 3 blocks together at a time, and then sewing those units to each other are all just a little easier to handle than to always have this long row to work with. And that's just my preference. So your mileage may vary. You may love doing long rows. So my layout is going to have you create half square triangle for each filler space. The Fat Quarter Shops has squares and half square triangles for their layout. I've seen some people set them in stars, set them in some other formats, so that has been really fun. The Fat Quarter Shop does have a Facebook group for the Sewcialites. I'm sure all of you that have been sewing it know that, so you can go look. Okay, let's talk about wreaths, because I've got my buttons on and I put it on my front door. So here we go. Here's my wreath on the front door, and it's sort of wrapped around the nail that's on there, so I didn't want to unwrap it. So you get to see it in a picture, but it's up. Now I do have a screen door with a screen in it, so it's not quite as pretty from the outside as if I was hanging it outside, just without a screen door. But when I open my front door, it looks so gorgeous. It looks really good on that red, don't you think, on my red front door? I love my red front door. If you have a front door that's painted anything other than white, leave me a comment. I need to know who my people are. My people that don't want a white front door. That would be us. Me. I have red. My brother actually painted the door for me. He was doing trim work on the outside for us, and he painted the door at the same time. He's like, "Are you sure you want red? This color red?" And I'm like, "Yes, I do. That's the red I want." I love it. I love it. All right, while I was getting the wreath on my front door, I decided, yes, it would be time to switch out the quilts in the living room and the dining room. Even though my dining room right now is a staging area, let me show you that picture first, because I have a little shot right through where you can't see all my stage stuff. So here is a peek into my dining room where I hung up a new quilt on the wall, and I took the bunting, I measured it, and my front porch, the sections between the posts is pretty long, and this I didn't have enough. So I decided, I was thinking about it, I was like, well, what should I do with this? So I went and put it around my tray on the center of my dining room table, and I thought that looks really cool. I really like it. My tray needs some more things, so I have to go on a search to get a few more things to put in the tray, and then I just fix that up a little bit in there. And then let me show you the living room. I put up Lakeside, which is the quilt on the wall, And then I had a quilt on the back of the sofa which was all squares, and this is the one that I had because I had green in there. I had a lot of things with a lot of heavy green color, and so I had my quilt with the green and white squares, this guy, across the back of the sofa. And I thought, you know what, I need one of these in red, white, and blue. That is what I need. I have a red and white one. I have this green and white one. I have one that's sort of, I call it confetti colors. It's lots of pastels, but I need a red and white. I'm like, why didn't I think of that sooner? That needs to be my little start and stop project, is to get one of these made in red and white. So I mocked it up. I didn't sew it yet, but I just mocked it up so I could see what it looked like to show you. So this is what I'm thinking. And I would sew them I think I'd have to have 2 alternate blocks. So the other one here would, no, be the right, yeah. So red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, going across like this. And so if I just start creating blocks this size, then the blocks can all go together. And I went to look to see, like, what do I have in the 2.5-inch square bins for red and blue. So red, I'm pretty good. I think I can pretty much do a quilt with these reds. I have a whole, almost a whole bin of white. You know, anything that has a white, more white base on it. The blue, I also have a lot, but a lot of them are lighter blues. Let me move this, see if I can. And I've got the half of this bin is aqua. So there we go. So I really only have, this half is blue, and a lot of them are light and medium blues, and I really want the dark blues. So I'm going to have to search through here. Now all of this side is aqua. So I'm going to search through here and find, oh, look at this. I forgot I'd done that. So that's the wrong color. I want the red, white, and blue. I want the navy. You know, I don't really want to add the light blues in there, I don't think. No, I'm sure I don't. So I probably will have to cut some more navy squares and have to maybe do a little math and figure out what size quilt do I want to make. I don't need to make it real big. I like to use it as an accent on the sofa or a chair, so it doesn't have to be super big, and that will work. I just need to now figure out, like, how many of those blocks, how many navies do I need, and then pull all the navies out of that one. The reds I'm okay with, whites I'm okay with, and then I'll probably have to cut up a bit more navy. But I think it's a good plan, and what I will do is that I have this little basket that I keep right next to the sewing machine. Can you see here at the end of the sewing machine? It's just right here on the table. When I'm doing these things, when I'm sewing, making a quilt as I go like that, I will put all those squares in here. So I will now have to empty it. So I've been just tossing in all the different threads as I've changed the thread colors. My Orifil thread, I've just tossed them in here, and I have the little bobbin boat. Isn't that great? I love this bobbin boat because it's small, and I've got some more needles in there. So I will clear this out and put in the red, white, and blue. I am so excited. Of course, it's not going to be done anytime real soon, but I don't think it'll take a real long time to do them if I'm doing a lot of other sewing. So it depends on how much other. Like as I'm doing these, sewing these rows, as I start and stop, I will do 2 squares until I start getting this size block made. It's a plan. And I'm hoping that you watched yesterday so that you saw we have 2 of the kits came in for our sew-alongs, our upcoming sew-alongs. They both start in July. This one's at the end of July for the spooky sampler. So cute. The box is stinking cute. Look, it's got the pumpkins all the way around the box. You just store everything in here as you go. And my friend Melanie is going to help me a bit and sew some of these blocks for me. So I've just sent off the fabric to her so that she can help me with that, because I'm doing some other things, and that will help me out. But I'm going to also make a few of the spooky sampler. Oops, hold on. I'm going to make a few of the blocks. Here's the quilt. A few of the blocks with other Halloween fabrics that I have. Just, you know, maybe I'll make them into a table runner. I think it'd be really cute to put like the broom and a ghost and maybe a spider web block. Do something like maybe a couple pumpkins. The pumpkins themselves would just be a darling table runner. That would just be so cute. So links for this are down below for the kit. And you can get just the pattern if you don't want the kit. This pattern unfolded is what comes in the kit, and it's a really, really nice paper. My friend Melissa did such an excellent job. You saw her on my book tour. And the other one I've got going now is I've got the bin all set up. So I put the stickers on there, basket of blooms, and this one has the, so we're ready for this guy, and he's a little earlier in July, and I love the charm pack. I love that it came with a whole charm pack rather than just what we need. So you have extra. You get the whole charm pack with it. So I can do a table runner to go along with it, or a pillow, something like that to go along with the quilt. You could even make it bigger. That would be another option. Take it and then use the extra charms all around the outside, and you could make a border. You could cut them in half and do like a piano key border and make it a little bit bigger. If they're 5-inch, these, so that would mean 4.5 plus 4.5 would be 9. It'd be 9 inches wider and taller, which would be like basically 9, 10, 12. I'm not doing the math too fast here. I'll pop it up there. I'll put it in when I edit. Oh, so it'd be close to, 35 by, 39, but something like that, with another border around it, which would give it a little bit more size if you wanted that, if you have a space to fill. So it all depends. It all depends on the space, doesn't it? What is your space like? What do you need to fill that in? All right, my friend, you are, ta-da! Oh, and don't forget, the Fat Quarter Shop is running a contest to get, if you get your top done. I don't know all the details, so honestly, I didn't go look, but I will link you. I will link you to their blog post that tells you the details. But if you finish the top and share a picture somewhere, they'll tell you on their website. You can get in the running for a gift certificate. I think that's what they're doing. Nice, nice. Motivation on this Friday. And next Friday, I will bring it back because I will have it done. And of course, I have to show off if I got the top done. So I want you all to see. And I've got to have stripe binding for this. So I think for sure the stripe in Morrison Park, the blue stripe, will probably be it, since I put all the blue blocks in the outer side. It's a plan. It's a plan. All right, my friends. I love you. Mwah. See you online.